Tales of Veldrith. Book 3, The Quest of the Seeress.
Episode 26. The Seeress's Cave.
The path narrowed as Yrsa climbed higher into the mountains, the trees thinning until they were little more than gnarled sentinels wrapped in snow. Each step crunched beneath her boots, the silence so complete it felt as if the land were holding its breath. The air had grown thinner, and with it came an eerie stillness that pressed in around her. Even the wind had quieted, as though unwilling to disturb whatever lay ahead. She paused on a ridge, her breath rising in clouds, and studied the terrain. Below her stretched a frozen valley encased in pale blue light, the ice rippling like a cracked mirror. To the north, half hidden among a cluster of jagged rocks, yawned a black opening. The runes in Skjorn's journal had marked this place, the mouth of the Seeress's cave. Yrsa descended carefully, the ice treacherous beneath her feet. As she drew closer, she felt it again, the faint vibration beneath the soles of her boots, the subtle hum of ley lines threading through the earth. It tugged at her senses like a half-remembered melody. When she reached the cave, the air around it was colder than the wind outside, still and waiting. She stepped into darkness. Her torch flared to life, casting light along the uneven stone walls. Strange charms hung from the ceiling, carved bones and feathers strung with sinew, swaying slightly as she passed. The runes etched into the stone glowed faintly in her torchlight. Spirals, eyes and markings older than the oldest Viking tales. The deeper she went, the more it felt as though she were walking not just through a cave, but through memory itself. At the heart of the cavern, a fire crackled softly. Around it sat a figure wrapped in layers of fur and bone-beaded shawls. Her face was lined like river ice, her white eyes clouded and sightless. Yet when Yrsa entered, the woman turned her head with unerring accuracy.
"Eira Thor's daughter?
The seeress whispered.
Come and be seen."
Yrsa hesitated, then stepped into the light.
You know who I am?
I have watched your path since before you knew it began.
Yrsa said. Her voice was wind and snow, soft and sharp.
You seek the fallen one, he who vanished from the world of men.
Yrsa took a breath, forcing calm.
Vestinus. He disappeared months ago. No sign, no trail, only silence.
Yrsa tilted her head.
Because he walks between worlds.
The words hit Yrsa like a gust of winter wind.
What does that mean?
The seeress extended a hand toward the fire. In its flames, shapes began to form, a crimson figure wreathed in flickering shadows, a rift opening beneath a stone altar, a dark sun with a bleeding edge. Yrsa leaned forward, her throat dry.
He is caught in a tide greater than you yet understand,
Yrsa said.
There are forces at play that seek to unmake the balance. The auroral lens was only the beginning.
What does this have to do with him?
Yrsa demanded. Yrsa turned her gaze fully to Yrsa.
Vestinus was not only forged for war, he was shaped by the ley lines, connected to them in ways even the Empire never grasped. That bond has drawn him into a place where shadow and flame intertwine, a place between what is and what should never be.
Yrsa's fists clenched.
Then tell me how to find him.
I will,
Yrsa said.
but you must give something in return.
Yrsa's brow furrowed.
What?
The Eye of Eldryn.
The seeress replied, gesturing to a bone-carved map resting beside the fire.
An artifact born of the old gods, hidden across the sea in a land of stone and shadow. Bring it to me, and I will show you the path to the one you seek.
Yrsa hesitated.
You want me to leave Vinland? To sail to some forgotten ruin for a relic that might not even exist?
Not might.
Yrsa said.
It does, and it is guarded. But only with it can I part the veil between worlds.
Yrsa stared into the fire, the images of Vestinus already fading. Doubt warred with duty in her chest, but in the end there was no real choice. She looked up.
Tell me where to begin.
Yrsa smiled faintly, as though she had known the answer all along.
Go to the docks at Jorvik. Seek out Sigrid Iron Wake. She has sailed where few dare to follow. Tell her the Seeress has called you.
Yrsa stood slowly, her torch casting a bold light across the chamber.
I'll bring you the eye,
She said.
and when I do, you'll show me the truth.
Yrsa nodded once.
I will, but beware. Seeress though I am, not all truth can be born without cost.
With those words lingering behind her, Yrsa turned and left the cave. Snow began to fall as she emerged into the world again. The path ahead was long and perilous, but she had her purpose now. Vestinus was alive, and she would not stop until she found him.
Thank you for listening to the Tales of Veldrith. Books 1 and 2 are now available in paperback and on Kindle. Visit mattytaylor.com for more details.